Never ever ignore your intuition, my gorgeous Sagittarius, whatsoever. Never ever ignore that little voice within. What you're going to be facing on the 17th and 18th of August 2022, it is going to surprise you quite a lot indeed, because you will be facing the actual situation that is going to happen completely out of the blue. But at the same time, there are two things going to be on your mind. One thing, it's going to be what is naturally going to come to you, what the next step forward would be after that moment in time. The other thing that is going to come to your mind is going to be almost immediately, you're going to start thinking about maybe certain people who could give you certain advice. No, baby, no. What you need to remember, that you need to trust that voice within. What you're going to become aware of, it's going to be big, but what you're also going to become aware of, some hard work ahead that that is actually going to become quite obvious as the next natural step after that moment in time. But at the same time, don't ever give your power away. My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, and it's for August 2022. When it comes to the numerology and when it comes to your number this month, your number is 333. This in itself means that you are going to have probably one of the biggest inspirations of your life. And I need you to pay attention to the 7th of August, 17th of August, and the 27th of August again. You need to pay attention to these three particular days. What you're going to see, what you're going to become aware of, what you're going to come across, and most importantly, how you're going to feel. It's about the inspiration which is going to take over. It's about the actual potential, my gorgeous Sagittarini, but also at the same time, this is to do with like a brand new beginning that is going to manifest and happen in your life out of the blue, rather spontaneously, but you are going to love it because it's going to bring the best out in you. And first of all, it's going to start with a fresh burst of energy, and that in itself, it's a clear sign and it's a clear indication that your spirit is rising, your spirit is becoming stronger, because you've been through so much, you've been through a lot, and now it's your time. The karma has ended, so this is leading to the actual new beginning. It's about you spontaneously, completely finding yourself on this particular path. But the fact, like how much optimism you're gonna feel and how much happiness you're gonna feel, how much excitement you're going to feel, these are all very healthy signs of you really needing to accept this as something so big. Even if you don't become aware of at that moment in time, like, you know, when you're gonna kind of start and what you're gonna do, you don't have to worry about it, because you are at the same time giving a birth to your own creation. So you are already starting the process of manifestation. And if you're unsure what this is, trust me, it's gonna be absolutely obvious by the 30th and the 31st of August 2022, when you are going to have a mind-blowing conversation, and with somebody who's like so important to you, so significant to you, and you're gonna like it. You know, that conversation that you're going to have, you're gonna like it. I mean, you really like that person, you're very fond of that person, and this conversation that you're going to have, it's nothing to do with the new beginning, it's nothing to do with the new start, it's nothing to do with that potential that you're going to become aware of. This conversation that you're going to have, it's more going to be connected to some, you know, it's going to happen at around mid-August, at around the 15th of August, but then again, that conversation is going to happen with someone who means to you so much, someone who you really kind of think of, who you think of very highly of, somebody who's important to you, somebody who's like a very significant in your life. The conversation that you're going to have, it's going to be about something completely different. Lots of emotions and feelings are going to be involved. This is important because now suddenly this is going to trigger something within you, something that that person is going to say. It's just going to trigger something within you, and then you're going to be reminded of the certain parts of your past which which is obviously going to make you feel quite nostalgic. But then again, at the same time, if you remind you, it will remind you of everything you have been through, and then at the same time it will open your eyes and it will help you to kind of avoid the next tower in your life. So this person is going to be playing such an important role, because they're going to open your eyes without even being aware of it. Okay, so it's all through this like kind of like a you feeling this moment of nostalgia, and where this is going to take you, what this is going to remind you of. It's really important because it will remind you of everything you have been through. Very deep connection with yourself. It will remind you of everything you have been through. Lots of things that made you feel really negative and sad and uncertain, but also lots of things that made you feel really happy and ecstatic. So this in itself is going to bring a really wonderful balance, which is going to make you aware of, not make you aware of, but remind you, as I said, of everything you've been through. But then again, at the same time, it's going to make you aware of the certain things, of course, which will open your eyes, and it will help you to avoid the next tower, because you have got the necessary knowledge and the necessary experience, and at the same time, you will protect yourself when it comes to your future. You will know exactly what will be the right thing to do indeed. And also, my gorgeous Sagittarini, like when it comes to the actual 22nd of August, it's like, oh my lord, again the beginning of a really, really meaningful experience, and this meaningful experience that you are going to have on the 22nd of August, this is again going to happen completely spontaneously. So there are two spontaneous things that are going to take place, that are going to happen. Remember, the first one is like this inspiration and potential. This is a big mama. Hello, my darling. This is a big mama. But then another spontaneous thing that is actually going to happen, it's going to be on the 22nd of August. And I'm telling you this because karmically, you are kind of the certain cycle is coming to an end. It's an end of a cycle. So this is why we at this time we face things that we normally don't face, but especially in terms of kind of like a planning and things like that. Lots of plans kind of disappear, or lots of plans go wrong. But then again, most importantly, to the power of our subconscious mind, our spirit and our soul, we find ourselves on something rather spontaneous, and this is because our subconscious mind is the best guiding light. And then this spontaneous situation are either making us kind of aware of things, like in a form of a vision, we become aware of things, but also on either we are really kind of like realizing things that we didn't realize before. And in this particular situation, this meaningful experience that you're going to have on the 22nd of August, this is going to be so sacred with you, because it's also going to really refresh your own spirituality. You're gonna feel like you want to try different things in terms of your own spirituality, and this is always a really important and healthy sign. And it's quite a meaningful moment, because it means that your spirit has learned quite a lot over the last maybe couple of years or so. So now you are going to be able to apply this into your life in the best possible way, because if you didn't go through things that you went through over the last 2 or 3 years, you wouldn't be able to be as wise as you are going to be right now. And it also gives you the bravery and courage, to step into the unknown, to get that vavavoom-ish feeling and energy, when it comes to feeling the full confidence and self-esteem and power. When we are facing a new dimensions, new areas, when we are facing a new energy in our lives, we are like, oh God, we just need a little bit of time to kind of get to know this energy. But now you're going to be flying through like a big banana, my gorgeous Sagittarius. This is going to be brilliant indeed. So it's about the meaningful experience that you're going to have on the 22nd of August, but also it will remind you of the power of being free. It's going to remind you of the actual power of being free. This is to do with your spirit, but this is also to do with the hope and optimism that you are going to have. It's bringing you a really kind of bright projects, and bright prospects, more like a bright prospects in itself. But also at the same time, these bright prospects are going to be so important, because it's going to help you with those parts of your life where you felt so restricted, and unhappy and uncertain, and at the same time it's going to help you to kind of like these bright prospects that are going to actually come out of it are also going to help you when it comes to like your own efficiency, and it's also going to make you aware of like, oh my god, things that have been powerless so far that made me feel so unhappy, now I'm going to be able to do something about that. Things that put me in the corner like this, now you're going to realize that the power was within you all this time. Now you're going to realize that this answer was always with you, but it's all about waiting for this moment of the spiritual liberation which you are going to have. So first of all, it's going to kind of make your life more efficient, and it's going to make you realize that you're not powerless anymore, but at the same time it's going to show you the way exactly what do you need to be assertive towards. And also the person of authority, the certain person of authority, it's going to be playing an important role here as well, because it's like someone is going to contact you, and someone is going to tell something to you, say something to you, somebody's going to offer something to you, somebody. I'm saying it's to do with the person of an authority, and that in itself, it's not about offering something to you, but it's about letting you know about some kind of money or some kind of finances that is kind of going to surprise you, but it's always a good thing, isn't it? So the person of authority is going to be directly responsible to kind of contact you, get in touch with you, which is going to happen prior to the actual end of the month, and that person of authority is going to be directly responsible to make you aware and let you know of some kind of money that it's coming to you. Okay, so the financial situation, this is going to be really good, but at the same time it is kind of going to make you aware of two particular things: that you do not need to have fear of the unknown ever again, the power of swimming against the current. It's going to also remind you the power of jumping into the water, because if you don't jump into the water, you will never learn how to swim. And more importantly, this is all gonna lead towards a really important future plan. This really important future plan that you are going to have, it's something that was missing in your life for so long. You just have to be honest with yourself, my gorgeous Sagittarini. That is going to be obvious on the 31st of August. The feelings and emotions you're going to have, everything around you is just going to keep on reminding you why you're not doing with your life what you want to do with your life. There is something specific that it's to do with the future planning that means to you so much. It's to do with you changing your life pretty much, so quite a lot. But then again, it's just going to remind you the power of really being honest with yourself and understanding that sometimes, when things seem completely impossible, the best way to do is to use this energy and to turn this energy into your own advantage. Manipulate the negative energy and turn this negative energy into something positive. We can do so much with our mind. We can do so much with our energy. But for people sometimes don't understand that there is a lot in our mind, a lot in our head. When we are thinking really negative and bad, we are just holding ourselves down without even realizing the words have power. Our way of thinking have power. So it's all about kind of like a really reflecting away differently, and you reach that really sacred moment in life only when you are like kind of like only when you're honest with yourself, and only when you're like kind of like following your own plan for quite a while. So which means that you, over the last 2 or 3 years, you did certain things, like maybe you did certain things really in your own way, and this is like a spiritual reward. So now this is going to give you did things in your own way, and maybe lots of other people were telling you don't do this, don't do that. No baby, no, you do things the way you want them, when you want them, in your own way. This is very important indeed. And look, let me tell you something, let me show you something, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Look, I'm going to shuffle these oracle cards. Look, and this is what this card is going to say for my gorgeous Sagittarini when it comes to the actual August 2022. Where is this month going to lead when it comes to you, my gorgeous Sagittarini? Oh my goodness, willpower. You see? And that in itself means so much at this moment in time, which means that subconsciously you have been affected quite a lot over the last year and 2 years, especially subconsciously. You have been so affected without maybe even realizing this. Try to establish, what is creating a toxic and negative energy in your life. It doesn't have to be necessarily created by the people in your life. It doesn't have to be necessarily created by what you do on daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis, whatever. It can be also like kind of created this very unhealthy and toxic attachment. It can come into our lives, when we are kind of maybe subconsciously picking up on things quite a lot without even realizing. Maybe you go out and you keep on hearing the negative conversation, and this stays in the back of your mind. And of course there is so much negativity around us, and we've been showered with negativity over the last 2 or 3 years. Of course there is so much negativity, but at the same time you need to understand that you have to stay on top of things. Sometimes we can kind of pick up on this negativity. You don't need to watch something every day. You don't need to listen to something every day when you're kind of aware of it, because sometimes you can just read something about, I don't know, knitting or something. You can read something about knitting or something, sorry, I just came to me knitting or whatever, and then you're not realizing that on the left is like downer, on the right side is a downer, but below is a downer. And even if you're not realizing all these downers around that particular article, this also has got the power to kind of stay at the back of your mind. So I'm just trying to explain you how every single thing in this life, when it comes to your awareness and when it comes to your subconscious mind, is playing a really important role in this indeed. And another one, look, this one, just peace. It's going to bring you so much peace. The peace is about to come into your life from the beginning of August, and I like this so much indeed. So now, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I'm just going to see what do you need to take when it comes to nutrition and things like that. I will offer to you exactly the same thing that I said to you before. You will realize that your bones are quite sensitive. So you're going to wake up in the morning, and I said this to you before, and you do this, and then you realize, oh God, suddenly, this is like hurting in between. So it's to do with the sensitive bones, and it's to do with the sensitive skeleton. But at the same time, you must at all costs make sure that you are doing everything you possibly can to protect your own immune system by taking something natural. So I would highly suggest you to get like a natural vitamin D3 supplement, which is going to protect your bones, but at the same time, it's also going to help you to boost your immune system, and it's going to increase your energy levels as well. I decided to have my own brand when it comes to vitamins and minerals because I had absolutely enough. I have been in this for a long time, and at the same time, every single time when I would go to look something for myself, when I would go to the health shop, it would take me like about half an hour to just read at the back of the supplement, to try to find the supplement without any horrible fillers or any chemicals. They would say, oh yeah, this is natural. No baby, no, it's filled with chemicals and fillers. And it's even worse what they do. It's not that this is just chemicals, but what they do sometimes, it does create like a different name which sounds like something natural, but it's like, oh my God, a vomit. Do you know what I mean? So I decided to have my own vitamins and minerals which are natural, without any chemicals, which are suitable for vegetarians and vegans, and they are, of course, an exceptional quality. Dun dun dun. So this, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I would highly suggest you to get like a natural vitamin D3, absolutely a must. And at the same time, I would also suggest you to get a zinc picolinate. Zinc picolinate is like a highly absorbable version of zinc, and it's also going to help you with the dry skin problems that you're going to feel, that you're going to have with the skin, hair and nails. And it's also absolutely a must to boost your immune system, zinc and the actual natural vitamin D3. And I'm going to say this to you, even if you're in the sun every single day, I would still suggest you to get a natural vitamin D3 supplement, my gorgeous Sagittarinis, indeed. And on another hand, you will feel a very strong sensitivity when it comes to metals. Yes, metals. We have been bombarded by the metals, whether you believe this or not. The amount of metals have increased in the air over the last 10 to 12 years. The metal is in the air, the metal is in the ground, the metal is in the soil, soil, the metal is in the sky. It's like getting absolutely crazy. And yes, I'm talking about aluminium and several various other metals that are affecting our bodily functions. It's making us go like, oh my God, it's affecting our mind, it's affecting our brain, it's affecting our memory, it's affecting our way of thinking, it's making us like really tired, it's preventing our body to absorb nutrition. It's like mental. You have to prevent this, you have to stop this, you have to detoxify yourself. You need to understand, this is the truth, what I'm saying. So organic chlorella is another one, another supplement that I have, and I highly recommend this. Organic chlorella is like a natural supplement, again, without any horrible ingredients. It's rich in omega-3 essential fatty acids. It's rich in like various vitamins and minerals, and it's rich in protein. But most importantly, in this case, it will help with your brain, with your memory, but it's also going to help you to detoxify yourself from all these metals. Organic chlorella is something that everybody should be taking, okay? Not just to prevent yourself, just to detoxify yourself from the metals, but I highly recommend you to get this, please, please, please. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. And these gorgeous vitamins from myself, you can buy from my store, of course, and they're a highly exceptional quality. These are not just some horrible quality. This is the highly powerful, these are highly powerful vitamins. Check in the description below and you will see at the bottom where you can buy my vitamins. And if you don't see it in the description below, then you can just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin like vitamins or supplements, and then you will see the page is going to come up and you can buy these vitamins that way. But this is something I highly recommend you indeed. So now, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I'm going to see the 1st of August. What the 1st of August is actually going to bring you? Well, the 1st of August is going to make you a little bit like, a little bit blue, and it's going to make you feel, just a little bit down. And then just remember, it's not that horrible to feel blue or down, because it helps us to kind of reach the parts of ourselves that we need to in order to understand ourselves, you know. So sometimes, you know, it's just to do a bit of a shadow work, you know. And the shadow work, it's all about going really deep within and seeing where this is going to take us, see what we're going to be thinking about, see what we're going to be focusing on, because naturally you feel drawn towards the part of your life that you need to heal, that you must heal. So there is, you know, you're going to feel, oh God, you know, a bit of an incomplete union, and like some kind of partnership. So it's pretty much a lot to do with the incomplete union. That's how you're going to feel. But at that moment in time, you will understand the importance of tact, how tact is necessary in order to maintain pace now, because what is actually going to come out of it in between the 1st sorry, and the 7th of August especially, it's the actual desire. There is an important desire that you're actually going to realize, and that desire, it's also going to be connected to the certain abilities that, you know, that you're just going to know, like, oh my God, I need to these abilities and ideas, and you will know this needs to be implemented, you know. This is important, and this is again going to be highlighted on 30th and the 31st of August 2022. So going back to the 1st of August, this, as soon as you realize what these ideas are within the 1st and the 7th of August, you are going to really kind of become quite indecisive, and that indecisiveness is going to play an important role, because you will know, oh, just I had enough of being indecisive. Something is going to be triggered with you, with your own indecisiveness, and you're going to be like, oh my God, I had absolutely enough of this indecisiveness. And that indecisiveness in itself, you will know that is something that you're going to need to sacrifice. But this is going to be like a really good sacrifice, because at the same time your energy is going to be risen to the point where you're going to feel ready for absolutely anything. And this, my gorgeous Sagittarini, means that your beautiful butterfly wings are growing. It's important to understand that you are going to realize some kind of powerful lesson that you've learned, especially over the last 29 days, and that in itself, it's really kind of going to highlight the certain purpose, you know. You will realize that you've learned something big. By the same time, this is going to be the moment when you're gonna wake up like there is no tomorrow. Wake up, my gorgeous Sagittarini, because this is indeed your moment, okay? The second important date that I would like to recommend to you Just a second before I go there, I also highly recommend you to get a gorgeous Amazonite. It's like absolutely a must. Every single time when we are dealing with changes, every single time when we are focusing on our work, on our finances, on the next step, every single time when we need to boost a little bit of energy, Amazonite, it's absolutely a must. It's going to attract prosperity into your life. It's going to sharpen you up. It's going to help you with your own grounding, and it also helps you quite a lot to make the best possible decisions, and especially when it comes to the future planning, and especially when it comes to the finances, and especially when it comes to like a thinking and working on a certain accomplishments in our lives. And what else is remarkable about this baby here, do you know what? Bam, bam, bam. What is one of the most important parts of our body? Pineal gland, our third psychic eye. The dark forces are working very hard to try to block it because it's so important, because it helps you to kind of connect with yourself on the level that it's mind-blowing. And this is why there are several things that we can actually do in order to unlock our third psychic eye. So Amazonite is a must, because it does help to unlock your third psychic eye. When you unlock your third psychic eye, nothing is the same ever again. What was scaring you, it becomes funny, you know, and what was challenging to you, it becomes like, ooh la la, baby, I want to throw myself into it, because you understand things from a completely different angle. This gorgeous Amazonite comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Sagittarius, you're also supporting my channel as well. I have to say that, so thank you very much. The 14th of August, it's going to bring you such an important vision, and this vision, it's going to be consisting of you thinking about a certain skill, and also you will know that that vision and that certain skill, it's really going to be primarily a kind of, it's going to be playing an important role when it comes to making a giant step, when it comes to you removing your life from things, removing yourself from the part of your life that you just, it absolutely doesn't work for you anymore. It's a lot to do with stagnation and coming out of it. It's the part of the process that it's going to be highlighted from somebody so important in your life. The certain person that you think of, the world of, somebody really important is going to highlight this situation, and it's going to like really through them you're going to realize like a green light. It's almost as if you're going to feel that someone is going to feel so proud of you, and that is going to mean to you so much. But also that person, through that person, you're going to realize someone in your life that you are going to need to kind of like before that you know, that vision that you will have with your skill, through that person you're also going to realize some kind of competition that you are going to be part of. Nothing to be afraid of whatsoever, but this is just going to be your sign not to rush into anything. You know, it's time also at that moment in time to take a break and recharge and to clear your head a little bit, because this is to do with the recovery period, which is going to be needed for the next 4 days. But at the same time, it's going to help you to mentally prepare, it's going to help you with your own reflection, and it's going to help you to clear your head. That in itself is going to become a very important stage, especially as soon as you realize this continuance of a certain effort, of the certain plan for something better. As soon as you become aware of that, what that is, this continuance of an effort, you know, that in itself, my gorgeous Sagittarius, is going to become your turning point indeed. Okay, another thing that I was going to recommend you, okay, will be Tiger Dendritic Agate. That's another absolutely gorgeous pendant. These are kind of like a rare, very unique, because every single pendant has got like almost like a little painting, like a little picture on it. It's really amazing. It almost looks like it's like a 3D, basically. It's absolutely beautiful. And this gorgeous pendant, this crystal, has got the ability to in turn kind of negative energy and the nonsense energy into something very meaningful. So negative energy very often has got an impact on us, where it's just draining our energy and where we just lose ourselves for a little while. But sometimes losing ourselves when we are facing something important is not good, you see. So this helps you with that particular balance. So when you're dealing with the nonsense and negative people and negative energy and toxic energy, this absolutely gorgeous pendant has got the ability to kind of change your way of thinking, change your way of mind, because it raises your vibration in such a way when you respond to things the best you possibly could. This gorgeous tiger Denchik agate pendant comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is also in the description below. The third important date, my gorgeous Sagittarini, is going to be on the 31st of August. Now you need to pay attention to why do you feel disorganized. You will feel so disorganized on the 31st of August, and you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you need to work out why do you feel so disorganized, and then you will see somebody like is having control over you, somebody very dark in an energy, somebody not really good, somebody kind of like a very kind of malicious, somebody not very good, somebody's having like a control over you, and then you will see that that particular person who is having a control over you is making you feel disorganized. And as soon as you become aware of that, this is actually going to work in your favor, because you are going to kind of first go through a little bit of a mental conflict, but then again that in itself is going to show you the actual make you aware of the difficult choice. And then when you're going to be thinking about that difficult choice, when you get a support from people who mean to you so much, like a great people will be supporting you, so that in itself is going to be absolutely everything for you, because it's going to show your maturity, it's going to show your responsibility, but it's also going to show you the power of the actual being patient and persistent at the same time. So you're just going to need to kind of go around as much as you can in such a way where you maybe don't show your feelings, you don't say exactly how you feel, but then again, you know, you will learn that there are certain things that you're going to need to keep to yourself, and you're also going to learn how important is organization in your life. This is all going to highlight your capability, but at the same time you're going to find this ridiculously rewarding, because the advice that you are going to gain on the 31st of August, by the end of that day, there is also going to be the moment of justice that you are going to have. You know, this is going to mean to you so much, because it's to do with something very personal, something very, very personal. So on the 31st of August, you're going to feel so good, because the message that you're going to have, it's really going to surprise you, but it's going to make you aware of this justice, and you're going to find it so rewarding. I repeat, this is very, very personal to you, but at the same time is the advice that you are going to gain out of it. This advice is going to be absolutely everything. Look, because at the same time, you see, by the 31st of August, the advice that you are going to get, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I just had a very strong urge to do this. You see, the advice that you're going to get, oh my God, it's going to help you to lighten your load so much. On one hand, you're going to realize that, you know, you had so much on your back. You had so much on your back. So this advice is going to give you an opportunity to lighten your load. Not only that, but you're going to realize that something like it's coming quite to an end. And at the same time, look, your happiness, this is your path to happiness. Okay, you need to believe this no matter what, my gorgeous Sagittarini. So now I'm just going to see what is going to happen briefly in the first part of August, mid part of August, and the last part of August. So the first part of August, you have to remember to trust yourself, because you know what is best for you. You know what is best for you. The second part of August, you're going to be wondering quite a lot what is going to happen next, but at the same time, at the same time, when you feel ready for an adventure, you need to establish what exactly is making you feel that way, and what exactly triggered you to feel this way. Because there is going to be very interesting realization that you're going to have as well about yourself. And the third part of August, you also just remember, please, don't try to please everyone, okay? Please, there is no point whatsoever. So now, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I'm just going to basically see what is going to happen to those of you in relationship. Now, you need to work on this problem, my gorgeous Sagittarini, because you both have kind of been stuck in this a little bit of a mode where it was affecting you both when it comes to like being indecisive in proceedings, but at the same time, you know, it was affecting your decision making, and that in itself made unhappy both of you. You need to work on this, my gorgeous Sagittarini. You need to attack this problem, and it's going to be keep on coming back. Karmically, this is important, and it's going to be keep on coming back until you both realize that now it's time to attack that problem directly, and now it's time to come up with the plan and see what other ways are that you can both apply to this problem and kind of go around. Just remember, now it's time to attack this problem that is making you both unhappy. So now, my gorgeous Sagittarini, when it comes to those of you that are single and ready to mingle, my gorgeous Sagittarini, like, oh my God, you know, it's the 1st of August, something is going to come to your mind. 11th of August, something is going to come to your mind, and the 21st of August, something is going to come to your mind. And these 3 days are to do with love, emotions, and the idea. And the idea, it's also going to have so many elements of you feeling brave to do something, of you feeling brave to kind of explore something, of you kind of feeling brave to kind of like really step towards maybe an unknown area to you in terms of the actual direction, in terms of the actual dimension. So you will become aware of on these 3 days, you know, something is going to start happening, manifesting some kind of element in your life, which is going to require from you to go somewhere for the first time. And it's also going to have an element of a big changes. So it's something that you do maybe, but now this is going to start changing, you know, like for example, maybe you're going, like, I don't know, to some leisure center, and then you decide going to the different leisure center, or maybe you're going to the certain leisure center at this time, and now suddenly you're going to feel really surprised with yourself. Why do you feel suddenly to go to the leisure center at 1 p.m. every day instead of 7 p.m. every day, for example? So that kind of, some kind of change, it's going to come up, but it's not something that you would normally do. And this is why it's not something that would normally naturally come to you. But this is the reason why my saying this to you is because someone very special, it's about to come into your life. Someone really beautiful, it's about to start manifesting in your life, my gorgeous Sagittarini, and it's not going to be that long at all, and it's going to start with that particular change. Okay, my gorgeous Sagittarius, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.